If you're someone like me who's been allured by the digital nomad lifestyle, well, you may be searching the internet wondering, well, where should you go? I bet you've heard a lot about Bali because, well, it's absolutely stunning and is the most popular place to be a digital nomad. But today I want to make the case and give you 5 reasons why Vietnam may be the best place to be a digital nomad. And stick around till the end for one more bonus reason that to some people actually may be the most important. But starting off with number 1, and that is the affordability. Vietnam is known for being one of Asia's most affordable countries, and I can attest from living in Vietnam over 6 months that Vietnam is definitely very affordable. It is common to be able to eat out and get a really nice meal between $2 to $3, something that in America you couldn't do at McDonald's. Actually, funny enough, McDonald's in Vietnam and McDonald's in America are very similarly priced. So, well, McDonald's is actually kind of expensive in Vietnam compared to everything else. It's kind of confusing the way I said it. Another great thing about the affordability is a lot of times you can get a package deal for your accommodations. So it can include not only your apartment for your stay, but it'll also include your internet. A lot of times it will be able to have people come clean it. And usually you're looking at, depending on the city, between $500 to $1,000. Now, of course, everyone's situation and lifestyle is different. So it's hard to put an exact number on how much you will need living in Vietnam. But I am pretty confident in saying that between $1,200 to $1,500 a month, you can have, or at least most people can have, a fairly comfortable lifestyle. And that is much cheaper than, well, pretty much anywhere I know in the West. Moving on to number 2 is that there are many vibrant cities in Vietnam that could qualify for a good place for a digital nomad, giving digital nomads a whole lot of variation in their lifestyle and their experiences. You have Ho Chi Minh City, that is a huge modern city with pretty much all the accommodations that you could ever hope for, as well as a great nightlife scene. You also have Hanoi, which is also a big city and has pretty much everything, but it has some more historical features that gives you a very I'm in Vietnam vibe. Then in the middle you have Da Nang, which also offers all the luxuries of living in a city, but you have a beach as well, and that is always a big plus. And in pretty much all of these cities, there's access to high-speed internet for any work that you may need to get done on the go, as well as a growing expat and digital nomad community that you can plug into. Moving on to number 3, not only does Vietnam have vibrant big cities, but it also has some of the most beautiful natural landscapes that you can find in all of, well, the entire world. And the fact that Vietnam is so cheap, it is a very easy plane ride away or bus ride away or train ride away to get out of the city and enjoy nature. You have beautiful highland cities such as Sapa and Da Lat, Vietnam. You have beach scenes like Nha Trang, which is also probably a city you could be a digital nomad in, as well as an island Phu Quoc, which is like an island paradise getaway if you go during the right time, not in rainy season. But besides the point, there are plenty of places that you can go in Vietnam. You will always feel that you have the option to be somewhere, well, spectacular. Moving on to number 4, Vietnam has some of the most delicious and even healthy foods. So Vietnam is very well known for their eating culture, and they're very well known for wanting to have the most fresh foods that you can possibly have. I know in Vietnam, it's a very rare occurrence that you will ever ask for like a to-go box because it's not a normal concept for them. Most people do not take their food home to go because, well, restaurants want you to eat your food and enjoy it right then and there. Now, of course, you can get food to go and you can get food delivered. And after COVID, even more restaurants offer food delivery. But the point I am making is that Vietnam and Vietnamese people take great pride in the food that they make and the setup of the food and the way that you eat the food and the delivery of the food. It's all a great process, and it's something very much worth experiencing, even if it's just for a vacation, but even more so if you're going to live there. Also, Vietnamese food, generally speaking, is very fresh and healthy. I know I'm a big guy, and every time that I travel to Vietnam for an extended period of time, it is not uncommon for me to lose 10 or 20 or even more weight depending on how long I am staying there. And unlike in America, where the cheaper foods are usually, well, the less healthy foods, in Vietnam it's kind of the opposite, because generally speaking, the healthier foods and the local restaurants are going to be the cheaper places, and the fast foods and the imported junk food is going to be more expensive. So not only will you be saving money, but you will be saving money and eating healthy. Coming in at number 5 is that Vietnam has one of the fastest growing economies in the entire world. There's multiple companies such as Apple building factories in Vietnam as we speak. Living in or being a digital nomad in a country with a fast growing healthy economy is always a good thing, especially because you're going to be able to network and invest in a country that, well, is on the rise. And that leads me to the bonus reason. Some of the critiques that digital nomads often get is that sometimes the presence of digital nomads can have a negative effect on the communities that they're living in. Now, there's definitely debates to be had, because some places and people will say that the digital nomad and tourist community is a big thriving thing for their economy. But on the flip side, some people will say that having so many different people come from Western countries can inflate the prices and price out some of the locals from their home. So whether or not that's true or not true, depending on the location, I personally feel like since Vietnam is such a large country, as well as a growing economy already, that an influx of digital nomads or expats are not as likely to have a significant impact on a local economy that it maybe would at a different location. And if that's something that is maybe in the back of your mind or something that you've been worried about, then that may be a reason that Vietnam is the place for you. But there you go. Those are my reasons why I think that Vietnam is a great place for digital nomads. Drop in the comment section below and let me know, are you considering moving to Vietnam? Are you living somewhere else? Let me know what are some of the reasons why you are choosing the place that you are choosing, and maybe help out others that are looking through the comments as well. If you've liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing. And until next time, peace.